They are doing it the wrong way. That's why people fail. There are things that convert possibilities to reality. That something is possible does not need to happen. Every tree can.
Hi, good evening. My name is Joel. You're welcome to Garden Conversations Episode 2. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
You're welcome to second episode of the Conversations in the Garden. The last time you were here, sir, it was a wonderful time, and we're grateful that you're here again, sir. I must say that I'm particularly privileged, sir, that we're doing this. I just needed to be clear. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Today we'll be talking about a few things, and we've had excellent feedback about the first episode, and I'm anticipating that this one will be much more in the conversations. In one of your videos, you said very, very profound that at 28 you were broke, and but then today you are a success. I know that in a few days from now you will be 47. That's a 19-year gap. I mean, what did you do in 19 years that today you are a success in every wise and you're blessing lives? What did you do in this space, sir?
Okay, Joel, thank you. Well. First things first. I'm grateful to God that my life turned out well. And it can't just be attributed to labor or efforts. Because there are people who are working harder than I'm working. There are people who are doing more than I'm doing. So I believe strongly that beyond the fact that there are certain things that I did, there's also a part that is help that is from above.
True,
God,
sir.
So I'm a person of faith, so I believe seriously that God has a component in whatever our lives become. First things first, I think if anyone wants to change his life like I did mine, you must first of all come to terms with one truth, which is the fact that success, wealth, impact, influence is possible for anyone, even though it's not going to happen for everyone. And when we say it can happen for anyone, we're simply saying there is something that makes anyone succeed, because everyone won't do that thing. And so the first things first, I believe, is that you must believe strongly that it's possible for you. You can change your life. For me, I was given the privilege to serve certain people that I knew them when they had nothing and they had something in my eye. So possibility was no longer a message. It became tangible
to you.
This can happen to me. Why? Because I'm seeing it happen to not one, not two, not three, not four. Wow. I said, no, this can happen to me. I'm not an exception. And so I think that's where everything begins. Knowing that what these outcomes you want are possible. 2, resolve. Firm resolution. Determined decision. You see, to make a resolve is to say that come sun, come rain, I have chosen success.
Come rain.
Come rain, come sunshine, come whatever. It's success I want, and it's success I will get. It's a resolve. 4 lepers asked themselves, why sit we here and die? It's a resolve. Why will I stay here and die when other people are making progress? That's all they are saying. Meaning what? The life those people have, I can have it. Resolve is very, very powerful.
True.
Listen to me, there is no change without decision.
There is no change, you said, sir, without decision.
Yes, every change is a product of a firm decision.
So wishing that and praying that, I wish this thing can change.
You are wasting your time. That's why they say they are not horses. Even beggars will not.
Yeah. If wishes were horses, beggars would ride. Yeah.
The issue here is a resolve will move you.
A resolve will move you.
Once you are determined, you can't sit again. Why sit we here until we die? The moment they finish that, the next verse is what? And they rose. Resolve moves men. Decision is powerful. Sam Adeyemi said that decision determines destiny. Meaning what? If you don't take a decision, you can't alter your destination.
So as possible as that destination is, like you said, that you must believe that that outcome is possible. As possible as it is, if you do not make the decision to move from this place,
you won't go anywhere. You want to go there, but you have refused to live here. You won't get there. Even if you are seeing it.
Yeah.
Resolve. Number one is resolve. Everyone must make that decision. It must be fair, Mo. It's not all these boy. It must be firm. And you know, decision is a product of choice. To decide is to act on a choice. To choose is to pick from an option. To design is to act on the choice. So when we say you have options, what you do is you choose. When we say you decided, we mean you are now acting on what you have chosen.
You are now acting.
I put 2 bottles, 1 Coke, 1 Fanta option. I said, Joel, which one do you want? You say Fanta. And we ended the conversation like that. You will still want this Fanta, but you will never drink this Fanta. Why? You only wanted it. You made a choice between the Coke and this.
Yeah.
Until you take the Fanta,
I still won't have it.
you won't. It will enter your stomach. The Fanta fly. That's what a decision is. A decision is when you begin to act on what you have chosen. The moment you choose success, you begin to act in the direction of success. That's why John Maxwell said something. He said, if I look at your daily activity, I will know if you succeed or you fail. Because results are product of actions.
Yeah.
So if I look at you, you're doing something, I know what this kind of action will produce. That's what he's saying. And it takes firm resolve to produce that kind of action. You see, when you have decided to go this way, you will turn back. And that's a sign that you're going that way.
Yeah.
It's not what you said.
Yeah. Beyond what I said now. Yeah.
So that's a resolve. Resolve is not, I have made up my mind. That's not resolve. Resolve is to stand up
And really
follow the mind.
Yeah.
Sure, you made it up to go that way. Stand up and go that way. That's a decision. Very, very powerful truth. People are not decisive.
True. You know, sir, as you're talking, I'm seeing how that we really do not understand what resolution is. You know, in this space, resolution is New Year resolution. So this year I will do this. This year I will do that.
Actually, resolve means the decision to perform a duty or to decision to refrain from a duty. Resolve is about do and don't. You can resolve that you will start reading. You can resolve that you will stop watching TV. They are both resolve.
It's about actions.
So it is much more about what you do that is resolve. Second matter.
Wow.
Second matter that I think is fundamental.
Yes.
Is responsibility. You know, it was one great man that said, responsibility is the price that we pay for greatness. Meaning, responsibility is a price. And if you understand how to buy things from the market, you will understand the power of price. Why? Anyone who meets the price takes the good. And responsibility is a price. It can deliver goods to you.
Wow.
After that, I became responsible for myself. I no longer blame anybody for my life. I took responsibility. I told myself that if I will win, it's up to me. If I will fail, it's up to me. But I'm not failing. So there's nobody to blame anymore. Today, we are broke because the government is not doing well. No, sir. Be honest. When the government was doing well, were you rich? Somebody comes and say, it's APC time, everything went back for me, and PDP time, you were still broke. So what went bad for you in APC time when in PDP time you were broke?
Meaning it's not the political
The economy has not been, you see, the economy affects us all. But it's in this same economy that men are buying jeeps.
Yeah.
This same economy, people are building houses. In this same economy, people are still going for vacations. Simply means what? This same economy has what it takes to bless somebody. It's just not blessing you. There's still good in this land. What are you responsible for? And you see, the second thing about responsibility is duty.
I think can we just, sorry, I don't know why I'm becoming teary.
The guy is teary.
Wow.
This interview is good for you. Maybe I'm talking to only you. Now, okay, when we look at the concept of responsibility, we look at it in two sides. One is how you respond to the events of life, and the second one is how you take charge of the duties of your life.
How you respond to the events of life,
yes,
and how you take charge
of the duties of your life.
Mm.
Now, your life requires you to do certain things for your life to work.
Yeah.
When bad things happen, they don't happen to only specific people. Bad things happen to all of us.
Mm.
Good things happen to bad people, and bad things happen to bad people. Good things happen to good people, and good things happen to bad people.
Yeah.
Rain does not choose whose house to fall on. It falls on both the good.
It falls on
and
everyone.
the bad.
That's true.
What that tells you is that everything that happens to us all. But not all of us respond the same way or respond properly to what happens to us. Some of us respond to challenges with complaints. Some of us respond to challenges with depression. Some of us respond to challenges with actions. Some of us with praise. It depends on how you respond. And many of us have not learned how to respond to failure.
Yeah, true, sir.
Because we don't even understand the word failure. We don't understand the concept of failing. So when things don't go right, we assume we should not do them. Not everything you do in this life will go right the first time.
Wow, so say that again.
Not everything you do right will go right the first time. And in simple terms, not everything you do the first time will go right. Many, many things that produce success out of us, we failed in them.
You have to do them
again. So I find out that there's this generation that you start doing something and suddenly it becomes very, very hard. You change it.
Oh my.
You learn a skill. Suddenly the skill is not giving you money. You start learning a new skill. It's like digging small, small holes. You will never find water. There's somebody with your skill already prospering. There's somebody in your trade already prospering. There's somebody in your course, in your subject of study that is already succeeding. So the issue is not the difficulty that comes with it. It is how you respond
to it.
I was in Thames Business School several years ago. It's a foreign business school that had a campus in Nigeria. I was a student there and I failed accounting. So I didn't graduate with my mates. I failed accounting. Twice precisely. And I had to write it again.
So even though that you're saying it, nobody will know that.
Yeah, I don't talk about many things. I don't talk about many things. I believe a man should have a portion of his life that is not.
Yeah, that's true, sir.
Noise.
That's true, sir.
So I failed, and I remember taking the receipting, and I passed the receipt at last. But when they say you escape, narrow. That was how I passed. I narrowly passed.
Wow.
And then I had the privilege of reading business administration again, and accounting was a core course. I had a choice to change my course so that I don't meet the Goliath that has been beating my life.
Oh my God.
But I was firm. I made a resolve that I was going to do this. And this time around, I graduated with a distinction. I actually never got a B in accounting. But you see what I did, others won't do. I study accounting every 10 p.m. in the night till 12 midnight. That was the only thing I paid attention for a while. I read every subject, but I give accounting the attention it deserves. And everything you attend to grows. Everything you attend to flourishes. And I finished well.
Wow.
I'm saying,
respond. Yeah,
but you see, I responded to that failure properly, but that's not where I stopped. I took up a duty. Until you add the two, you're not responsible. You can fail and say, no, but no problem, I go succeed. I go another time. Then you go back and watch movie.
Yeah. You still will fail.
You will fail again the next time. So that's what I did. And I can say many stories. I remember when I was doing poultry, and I didn't really fail in the poultry. People just made me fail. But I couldn't respond right this time around. I shut the poultry down. Because there are some times that it is wise not to keep going that path. Because it's actually not a path you chose. It's just a path you are doing. What do I need the poultry for? My wife just says it's a good source of income. None of us have any training. And since I have money to waste, I went to do it, and I really wasted it, and I suffered for it. But nobody advised me when I was shutting it down. Because there are some things you must stop doing. Sometimes for you to succeed, it's not just start doing. There are things you must stop doing if you want to win. And so responsibility is powerful. Responsibility is powerful, and all men have capacity to be responsible. All of us have capacity to be responsible. It's inherent in a man to be responsible.
So it's not an exclusive reserve for some people.
No. Everyone can be responsible. It's just some people have chosen to be irresponsible.
Oh my God.
Because responsibility and irresponsibility is a choice. Because it exists. It's when something does not exist that you go and develop.
Yes, sir.
It's like discipline. Discipline is not, you don't buy it. You rent it. You can't be disciplined today and not disciplined tomorrow. You lie. It's the same thing with responsibility. You can't be responsible today and not responsible tomorrow. It doesn't work that way. And that's what life is about. So you have to be responsible. You have to respond to life, to events, to situations, to failures, to pain. You have to respond to it properly. And then you have to take up the part of doing what must
Be done.
That's responsibility. The third one,
yes, sir,
is relationship.
Relationship.
Yes. Sir, whether you like it or not, who is in your life will determine what is going to happen to your life. Who is in your life is going to determine what happens to your life. There are a lot of people in prison today because of their friends, not because of their actions. I used to go for prison ministry with some people those days, and people will be saying, the guy that did the crime, we were just friends, and we were sitting together, and then the police came and packed all of us. And then we went there. And we can't even. Nah, I'm in prison. I said, I don't get it. You didn't defend yourself. He said there was nothing we could say. There's nothing we could say.
Relationships.
There are people that are succeeding today not because they are very good at what they do. It's because there's somebody that is giving them the opportunity to be able to do what they're doing. Life is like that. Life is like that. You see, there's something we call advocates in life. There are people who can speak a word for your life and he can change it.
Advocates, you said?
Yes. There are 4 A's of 4 kinds of people in your life. And you need the 4 of them if your life is going to be good. Do you have time for me to teach that?
Very well, sir.
Number 1 is the advocates. The advocates are mostly mentors. They are bigger than you. They are greater than you. They are richer than you.
Advocates.
We call them advocates. What does advocate mean? They speak up for you. So that an advocate is somebody that can enter a room and recommend you, and the recommendation stands. I have advocates in my life. 3 weeks ago, I was in Abuja because of advocates. I entered a room that money, power, grace, winning mindset, my noise and my risk cannot get me into that. Nothing I have will get me into that room. Nothing. I was not big enough to enter that room. Somebody put me in that room. The person didn't come, but he put me in the room.
Wow.
And I was treated as if I had a right to enter that room. And that's how powerful advocacy is.
Wow.
I won't be able to make it. My boy, I trust him. He will deliver. He will come. And they transferred that honor to me. And I entered. Relationship.
Yeah.
But you see, I didn't enter and go. I took overnight to prepare for that entry. And I delivered. This time around, it was not him that called me. It's the person that I delivered to that called me and said, "We are impressed. We would like to use you again."
Wow.
I could have messed up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is what some people do. Because sometimes getting in the room can be easier than staying inside.
Staying in the room.
Yeah. Relationships are powerful.
Wow.
When the widow with a child was about to eat her last meat and die, the only thing they needed to provide for her to change her life was a man. They sent a man to her, and her food never finished. When the widow when they came to carry the two sons of a widow as collateral for her life,
Yeah.
all she needed to do was to run to a man,
Relationship.
and her life changed. Who is in your life will determine what happens to your life. Joshua Selman says, who likes you is more important than who hates you. Those are strong, strong statements. So everywhere you turn today, you will find out that no man is anywhere important without the help of another man. Anywhere you turn. And that is why self-made millionaire is a stupid statement.
That's a thing for our generation,
Self-made is a stupid statement. It has no meaning whatsoever. You were born by somebody. You were taught by somebody. You were schooled by somebody. You were coached by somebody. You were trained by somebody. What made you self-made? When you were all this while helped. There's nothing like that. It's just when you have gotten very excited that you're successful, you start saying foolish things. That's it. Everyone needs someone.
True, sir.
Everyone needs someone. It takes people to make people. It takes people to make people. We don't. This is a human being's world. This world is run by men. The heavens belong to God. The earth has it given to the sun. This earth is run by men. You can make it, if you want to be religious, you say, God runs this earth through men. If you run it through men, it's run by men.
Yes, sir.
Let's leave it like that. I don't want us to be religious about it. But this is a man's world. The whole money on earth is in people's pocket. The powers of the earth is in people.
Yeah.
So people are powerful. So the first one is advocates. The second one is allies.
Allies.
Allies. Allies are people who love you and want the best for you. So they partner with you to make something happen for you. They are willing to give to move you forward. They are willing to sacrifice to move you forward. Those are your allies. They can be your friends, they can be your family, but they are people who want the best for you, and they are willing to do what it takes for you to win, and they are not jealous about your victories.
Yeah.
That's an ally.
Yeah. Sir, as you're saying this, I'm thinking how nations behave with one another, how this nation is an ally of another nation.
You see that in epic movies.
Yes, yes.
So this one will call and say, oh boy, this country is threatening me. We are coming for you.
Yes.
They are willing. And imagine how many people will die in that country because they want to help this country.
Yeah.
To be an ally, it will take a lot. There's a lot of sacrifice. I have allies.
Wow.
You have to have these four. I'm not saying you need one. You need the four.
You need advocates.
You need
allies.
You need Advocates won't help you. Advocates put you in places you can't go. They don't attend your events. They are bigger than you.
Yeah.
They are actually what you are looking for.
That's true. So
but allies can be your peers.
Yeah.
Allies can be just a step ahead of you, or a step behind you, or a step in step with you. David Babale is my ally.
Yeah.
I can call a few names. Me, Shoyinka is an ally.
Yeah.
Abe Harrison is an ally. You can rely on them to push you forward. Number 3, acquaintances. These are people who know you, but they don't give a hoot about what happens to you. They just know you.
Just an acquaintance.
You're just acquainted. Those are people who know about you, but they don't know you. They don't have a personal, deep relationship that they can stake themselves for. These are people that they are in your life not to help you. They don't care if you win. They don't care if you fail.
Oh wow.
They don't care. You really don't mean too much to them. They just want to be there. So when you are looking for something, even if they have, they are not willing to give. They are just there. They make little or no contribution to your development, but they are there. You need them. They remind you of what you shouldn't look like.
Because I was just going to ask, sir, you said you need all of this.
You
How
need
do
them.
you need
That's a picture of somebody. You see these people that they're there. They are sympathizers. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
yeah.
Acquaintances.
But they are not moved to do anything for you.
Wow.
And then the last ones are adversaries. They are against you.
How do you need an adversary?
Because until you have an enemy, you don't do better. Joseph's brothers were adversaries. They were never allies. They were not acquaintances. They were not advocates.
Yeah.
They were adversaries.
Yeah.
They were against him having a dream. They were willing to kill him for the dream.
Yeah.
That's an adversary. An adversary is willing to do anything for what you want not to happen.
Is the more reason why I must do it.
That's why Joseph.
Yeah.
David had an adversary. And don't forget, acquaintances can become adversaries. Even sometimes allies become adversaries. But we all need somebody that reminds us that if you do mistake and turn like this, you are finished. You need to know so that you will turn.
Yeah.
They are important.
Yeah.
These are relationships that you need. You know, there's a time you go to Facebook and somebody will say, "This guy, you are an idiot. You're a false prophet." Those things help you to be correct.
Wow, that's true.
It helps you not to be false.
Yeah.
Because you are not false now. You are saying, "Hey, if I'm true today and somebody still thinks I'm false, then I must never be false."
True.
Even bad things have good uses.
Wow.
Fire can be bad, but it's a good thing.
Yeah. Keeps you in check.
There are people during rainy season, they are offended because they don't have cars.
Yeah. That's true.
And they are looking for rainy season to go. Is rain not good? The farmer in the village is thanking God.
You in the city to God.
Every day. Why? Because your source of income comes from an executive place. His own comes from rain. He wants the rain.
Okay.
So that's an adversary. An adversary. For me and you now, for example, they say your adversary, the devil. Now, that's a general adversary. Yeah. All of us have it as an enemy.
Yeah.
Even his boys, he's their enemy. Because Satan is nobody's friend. Even those who work for him, it's not their friend. You better know Satan.
Wow.
No, he doesn't befriend you. When somebody has only 3 goals, kill, steal, and destroy, what is inside those 3 things that is friendly?
There's nothing good inside.
There's nothing friendly about it. Whether I'm killing you, I'm destroying you, there's no friendly. Now, that is it. But there are men that are enemies. There are men that are adversaries. They have set themselves against you. Maybe you did something, maybe you didn't do anything. Some are even just offended that you have the life you have. Why should it be you? They are fine if it's somebody else.
Are you joking?
Why would I be joking? Do I look as if I'm joking?
Wow.
That's what it is. So we have what? Advocates. Those who have power to put you where you can't go by yourself. 2, we have allies. Those who are ready to make sacrifices and to ensure that something happens for you. We have acquaintances. Those that don't give a damn whether anything happens or anything. They are not against you, but they are not for you. They are just with you. And then the last one, they are adversaries. They are against you. Advocates are for you. Allies are for you. Acquaintances are not for you. They are not against you.
They are with you.
But adversaries are against you. These 4 people exist currently in your life. You need discernment to know who is who, so that you don't give the rations of others to others.
Yeah.
Don't go and give the respect of an ally to an acquaintance. Don't go and give the honor of an advocate to an adversary. Some young people today have turned their advocates to their adversaries.
That's
You are serving a man, and because you don't like something, you start a war with that man. That's you turning an advocate to an ally.
Somebody that has a voice over you.
It's powerful. You see it every day.
Yeah.
You see it every day. You can actually turn anyone to anything you want. Because people wonder you can be your advocate. Elisha, how is that possible? It was Naaman's house help that got his healing.
Wow.
It was Naaman's house help. Her only problem is that she doesn't have power to tell Elisha,
Yeah. Yeah.
but she connected him to
But
the
she
victory.
connected him to that.
We're still talking relationships.
Yes.
There is no
yes.
miracle that happens for somebody that does not have its root from somebody. Naaman's healing came from a house help.
Yes, sir.
The Shunammite woman having a child came from. The widow from. So if you can trace it, you can trace it, you can trace it, you find that. So don't take people for granted. People matter. People are important. And you know that's one of my major philosophies.
Yes, I was just going to say that you've said that over and over again, that people matter.
I leave it out. I treat people well as much as I can.
Yes.
I treat people well as much as I can.
And you know, sir, mentioning these 4 categories of people just makes me see how about relationship, people have to be wise and very intentional, because you must know how to, like you said, discern all of these people in your life so that you don't give the honor of another to another. That's so profound for me.
Relationship is actually a wide topic, and I'm trusting that one day we may talk about relationship as a subject.
We'll be grateful to have you, sir.
You know, because people do matter.
People do matter.
When they want to measure your impact, they don't measure it in terms of what you give. They measure in terms of who you give. Even impact is measured in people. Influence is measured in people. We measure your income in money, but people determine how rich you're going to do. Why? Because if you sell a good, you must sell it to a person. My dog eats food, but he doesn't buy it. So even when you are selling dog food, you must sell it to me. My car uses fuel, but my car does not buy fuel.
Yeah.
So the man starting a fuel business is not starting the business for my car.
For your car. Starting it for you.
The woman selling dog food. Am I a dog?
No.
But I'm a target audience. Why? It's a people world, not a dog world. Once you learn this, you begin to treat people right. You begin to treat people correctly. And then you just begin to have favors. Number 4.
Yes, sir.
Resourcefulness.
So, sir, we've talked about resolve. We also talked about responsibility. We've talked about relationship, and now resourcefulness.
We are on air, so I'm trying to mind examples I give.
Yes, sir.
And but I hope when we're talking on relationship in full terms,
yes, sir,
I can talk about the role of men in my life. But resourcefulness is the ability to use what is available to you to attract what is desirable to you. There are 2 words there.
Yes, sir.
Available,
yes,
and desirable.
Desirable.
Now, most of us don't have our desires.
Yeah.
But it does not stop the fact that we have something available to us.
True, sir.
So when we say you are resourceful, is that you have the ability to use what is available and attract what is desirable
to you.
That's what we mean by being resourceful.
Wow.
Being resourceful is the ability to take what you have and make it what someone else wants. That's also resourcefulness.
You know, sir, hearing you explain this, I remember one of your very powerful quotes also is that everybody is born naked, but nobody is born empty.
Yeah.
We often feel that, I don't have anything. This person has this. This person has that. That person has this. But me, what do I have? This now makes me see the fact that everybody has something. You may not have what you want. That's the desire now, but that you have something.
Let me give you 3 illustrations.
Yes, sir.
Number 1, Moses. And most times when we ask you, what do you have? You are tempted to start your answer with nothing. I don't know why.
That's true, sir.
Moses, what's in your hand? You see, sometimes if you don't say nothing, you say it's just.
Yeah.
What's in your hand? It's just 5K.
It's just.
It's 5K that somebody used to buy data. and lent a skill. It's the same 5K.
The same just.
It's the
5K.
same one that is just to you that has raised somebody above you. The widow, what do you have in your house? She said nothing. First.
Yeah.
I have just some. There's this thing that we have as human beings. We tend to despise what we have. Wow. And we glory in what others have.
Wow. Sir, wow. That's so profound, sir.
It's obvious. What's in our hand is always looking extremely small, and the small in somebody's hands is looking big. We do it with our giftings. We do it with our appearance. We do it with our houses. We do it with our cars. We no longer have personal preferences anymore because we are competitive in nature. And she said, just that oil now changed her life. She became a rich woman.
The
just. You know, Steve Harris said that we are not poor because of what we don't have. We are poor because of what we have and we don't know how to use. That's that human situation. She has oil. Her poverty is simply because she didn't know what to do with oil. That was all. When she met a man with wisdom and he told her what to do with oil, she became rich.
And that's the point of resourcefulness. Sir.
That is actually what resourcefulness means. There was something available. There's something desirable. How it was used, that's what happened. She needed money. But what she had in her house, there's something she can do to eat and money will come. And that's the simple wisdom Elisha gave her. And that's why we need mentors. That's why we need coaches.
Yeah.
Because sometimes what you have is only small in your eyes because you are blind to what you have. Because of that nature I told you, we despise what we have.
Yes.
So somebody has to make you look at it differently.
And see that
Proverbs 17 really says that the gift of a man is precious in the eyes of him that have it. And then wherever it turns, it prosper. Meaning what? Until what you have is precious. If you turn it, it will prosper. You have to see value in what you have for it to add value to somebody else.
Wow.
That's what it means. We despise our giftings.
A lot.
So a prophet wants to teach. A teacher wants to prophesy.
Forgetting that he is first a prophet. He is first a teacher.
It's not a crime.
Yeah.
It has caused many problems.
Yes, that's true, sir. That's true, sir.
So, she can sing. I can teach. I have stopped studying. I'm now paying attention to singing. Do you get the joke?
Yes, sir.
So now, I have earpiece in my ear every day listening to music. You know what that means? We have been taught to always pay attention to what we lack than what we have.
Sir, I think you would have
We have been taught to pay attention to what we lack than what we have. That woman had oil, but she was paying attention to the money she doesn't have.
Wow.
That's what resourcefulness is all about. So when they teach you arithmetic in the world, what do they say? 10 plus x equals 40. What do they tell you to look for?
Find X.
Why did they always do that? After David Babale taught me that, I was excited because it could put it in perspective.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it like that.
Yeah.
But that day I got clear understanding. We are always looking for X. What is absent? We are forgetting that there is something present and is already a 10. We are even not grateful for the 10 that is available. We are depressed for the X that is lost.
Oh my God.
Many people that are under depression now, that you want us to sympathize with, it's self-inflicted.
Because of what they don't have.
It's because of what they don't have. They are forgetting that we that have today, we didn't have yesterday. If we were depressed that time, how do we have to oppress them now?
True, sir. True, sir.
So life is simple. We have to take life better than we take it now. Life is simple. We are not all going to have the same things. There's something you will have that I will not have. There's something I will have that you will not have.
Yeah.
That's how life is.
Yeah.
Very profound. We have to be honest.
True,
and so that's resourcefulness. That's resourcefulness. You have a house, you don't have a car. I have a car, I don't have a house. Don't you see it every day?
True, sir.
But what is paining you more? That you don't have a car.
Yeah.
What's going to be doing the one that has car? How to get a house. So you find out that we do like goats. We just run here that scale.
Yeah.
So that's what resourcefulness means. It means you have a voice. Use it. It's about using what you have.
What you have.
All I have is the ability to speak. That's all I have. The
Okay.
issue there is that we don't just despise what we have. We always belittle it.
Okay.
To belittle is to assume something is small, even though you have not engaged it to know how powerful it is. The jack that they used to carry my car, how big is it?
It's not even as big as the tire of the car, but it lifts the car.
So what's your definition of small?
Mm.
So you now see that it's not the size of what you have, it's the ability, it's your inability to leverage it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when we say small, small is relative. Small is relative.
Yes, sir.
100 million is small to Dangote. Dangote say, Dangote told a story that he wanted to feel rich. He went to the bank and withdrew $10 million.
Wow.
And when he got home, he now says, oh, God, okay, now I'm rich. He was saying indirectly, in today's exchange rate, he went home with 13 billion naira. Will you go back to the bank? They may come back and pick your money, not you. You would have been dead.
Wow.
That's Dangote, that's small. To another person, 10 million is small.
Yes, sir.
To another person, 1 million is small.
It's small.
But the guy that 1 million is small for him, 10 million is huge. And 100 million is out of bound. It's out of his league. That's life. So what we call small is relative.
It's relative.
The seed of a mango is bigger than the seed of an orange.
Yes, sir.
But that's not what determines the height of the tree. Because no be all mango tree top as orange tree.
True, sir.
So they say the smallest seed is mustard. I don't know what that means. I've never seen one. But
really small.
I've not seen it, so I'm not going to follow you people to call it the smallest. But one day I will get the privilege of seeing it. But they said if they plant it, it will grow and it will become a tree and it will give shades to birds. That's how effective something small can become. Nothing is really small.
Nothing is really small. I think that's the summary of it.
Nothing is really small. It's actually a philosophy I have.
Sir.
Nothing is really small. Nothing is really small.
It's really small. Wow.
Resourcefulness.
Yes,
the last
sir.
one is resilience. Why do I think resilience is important? Everything you start to do will become difficult somewhere. Everything you begin to do will become difficult.
At some point.
At some point.
Wow.
So you need to be resilient. Resilience is the ability to go through pressure and still hold your stature. I repeat, resilience is the ability to go through pressure and hold your stature. So when you pull a rubber ring, as you leave it, what does it do?
It goes back.
It goes back.
It goes back.
The ability to be elastic is what we call resilience. Let me tell you something.
Yes, sir.
If you pull the rubber ring beyond its point, it will break.
Yes, sir.
So the Bible tells us that God will never give you something you can't bear. Simply means what? No matter what you are going through, is within your capacity.
Wow.
No matter what you are going through. If you sit down here and they kill your entire family in your front, you have capacity to carry it. That's why they didn't kill your neighbor's son. If they kill your neighbor's son, he will down and follow them.
May not survive.
You won't go. Yep. Some things bad are not happening to you, not because you are good, but because you can't carry it. That's what we call resilience. So when the Bible says that we are not all going to, God does not give us what we cannot bear.
Yes,
God
sir.
is simply saying, if you are going through something and it has not gone, you have not reached your breaking point.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Yeah. So, sir, you're saying that in this journey of success and becoming, successful in life, you will get to a point where you will almost break.
You will break, not almost.
Okay.
You will break. Some people broke down. The business even broke down. And so what I'm saying is, there are going to be difficult times.
Yeah.
The word is challenges. The word is difficult. I was watching Koschari's Motors,
Yes, sir.
and he was talking about what he went through when he started the first business,
Mm.
and he lost everything. He had already become a millionaire. I thought that was the last problem he would go through. Then when he was just called, I said, this man is the problem. He's the only problem. But that is what life is about.
Wow.
The reason why we have Koschari telling us the story today is because of his resilience.
Yes, through the tough times.
He stayed. Now we can tell that the amount of money Koschari can lose cannot affect, because he has not even reached his breaking point of loss.
Yeah.
So if he has lost 10 billion before, Koschari has stamina, he can lose 50. We have to study these things from men.
Sir.
We have to study these things from men. Haven't you read stories of men time and time again who started something and it went completely aground and they rose again?
They rose again.
How do they rise?
Yeah.
How do they rise? Resolve. Responsibility. Relationships. You know, when those 4 men says, why sit we here till we die? I can put these 5 things in their lives. That was their resolve. They were 4. So they had an advantage to relate.
Yes, sir.
They took responsibility. They stood up and they went. What do they have? Their brain. And they used it. And how did they use their brain? If we go back, we'll go die. If we stay here, we'll go die.
Let's just go forward.
Let's go forward. And they did.
Wow.
And they broke through.
Wow.
So resilience. Sir, something bad will happen to you. It's not a cause. It's not a cause. Something bad will happen to you in this life. Something bad will happen to me in this life. Something bad will happen to you. Something bad will happen to me. It's life. You can't take the good and leave the bad. It happened to Job.
Yes, sir.
Job was twice richer. Resilience. He stayed
true. Imagine if he gave up.
Now let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
God is saying in heaven, I didn't give Job more than he can bear.
Wow.
And me, I'm saying, God, don't give me Job's problem. I cannot bear it. You kill my 7 children in one day.
Oh my.
In one day. You crash my entire business conglomerate in one day.
In one day.
You burn down my businesses and my family at home in one day.
Yes, the man was resilient throughout.
The Bible says he did not sin.
He did not.
Meaning he didn't even do the wrong things because of how wrong he was treated. You know, some of us, when people do bad to us, we respond with bad.
Yeah.
I usually say, don't respond to the action of the person. Respond with your behavior, with the nature of your person. When people do you bad, don't do bad like them. The reason why they did you bad is so that you can be like them. So be you.
Don't be like them.
And that's what responsibility means.
Yes, sir.
Responsibility is to behave the way you are in the face of difficulty. That's responsibility. So they stole your money and you forgave. You are acting from your nature.
From your nature.
Not because what he did is right.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So this has been truly exposing.
You wanted to know my journey.
I mean,
you wanted to know 19 years.
19 years is a lot, sir.
You have forced me to put 19 years in almost 30-40 minutes.
And I'm sure this is just a bit. This is just a tip of.
This is what I can say for now.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir.
You can't rush destiny. You can't rush greatness. You can't overmake greatness. That's why among great food, Indomie is not inside. The simple truth is that everything good takes time. Time is important. Time is the most significant word in the word process. So the process of time came and made everything. In the process of time, meaning they won't be processing there's no time. Take time to build whatever you are building. Time is vital.